Okay, hi everyone. My name is Timothy. And if you don't intend to talk about websites, this is your last chance to disembark, because our destination is websites, and what you can't see with this dark text is websites, digital advertisements, and conversion tools. Was anyone in my last presentation? Who was not in my last presentation? 3 of you. So I'll just do a quick introduction. Love the Hyper shirt. I'm friends with those guys. We work with a lot of the Hyper guys. So, just with Jason Perlin not too long ago at okay. How many people here own martial arts schools? How many people here run martial arts schools and actually run the school? So I got a couple. My point is that sometimes program directors come in here and they're really the grease behind the machine, and they're the guys that run it. So my name is Timothy. So if you were not in my last presentation, who I am, I run a company called 97 Display. We make websites for martial arts businesses. Why I am talking to you all about websites is because I have the privilege of working with hundreds of schools around the globe, and I get to see lots of interesting patterns, right? I see schools that beautiful facilities, great community presence, great instructor, nice guy, and they just don't get leads from their website. I see people that spend $15,000 on a website and don't get any leads from it. So I've seen every end of the spectrum. I've talked with people that think that they know everything about websites, and I've talked with people that literally don't want to touch a computer, even if it was, I don't know, they just hate touching computers. So I've seen it all. And what I'm hoping to do here today is give you all some actionable items to take home and to implement that are free for you to do to improve your website's performance. And we're going to do that by looking at 5 different conversion case studies. So we need to define what a conversion is. A conversion is when a click comes to your website and it does what you want them to do. So that's what I define as a conversion. And look, I think that everyone here should revisit what's the point of the website. The point of your website, if you run or own or manage a martial arts school, is that it can generate leads for you. And I would say that if you are the type of person who's like, I know websites, I've got this down pat, I know what I'm doing, I would still say listen up. Because there's people out here like this guy, I don't know if you can see it, he says, hey, I've got a great testimonial for you. I've closed over $11,000 in business from my 97 Display website this month. So there's money to be made. There's people that are interested in what you're doing, and they want to pay you money to do it. Like, they're out there, they're in your communities, they're interested in what you have to do, and there's opportunity for you. So whether or not you're the type of person that hates websites or you're the type of person that thinks you're a website expert, this information is for you because we want to impact your communities better by empowering you to be more well-known within your community so that your community can get better training, better fitness, live happier, healthier lives. We like that. Okay. So 5 ways to improve your website's conversion. Does anyone know what a conversion is? I said it 1 minute ago. What's a website conversion?
Someone who checks out the website and decides to get involved in the school.
Yeah, bingo. So, someone who does what you want them to do on your website. So, visitor clicks, and what do you want them to do? The first and most important thing to get people who visit your website to do what you want them to do is by having a powerful first fold. So, the first fold is the first thing that your visitors see. It's the most important thing for both conversion and SEO. So I look at all my websites around the globe, and I notice that the #1 most utilized lead form is the one that's, boom, front and center on the website. Also, it's important for your SEO. So SEO is search engine optimization. It's if you rank high in search engines for your town. The reason why your first fold is most important is because when someone clicks to your website, you've got about 2 seconds to convince them that they are in the right place. If they go to your website and it doesn't load properly, or doesn't look good, or doesn't communicate clearly, they're going to do what? Click the back button. In a few minutes, I'm going to talk about load speeds. If it doesn't load fast enough, what are they going to do? Click the back button. It's important to create a clear and compelling value proposition. So what does that mean? I say, in talking about your customers, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, but when you go there, like, your visitors know who you are, what you offer, and what they should do. Those three things: who you are, what you offer, and what you should do. And previously we talked about landing pages versus program pages, and we'll talk about the difference there in a second, as they have two different functions as well. Okay, so let's look at a couple examples of first folds and talk about if we like them or not. Here's an example of a first fold. When I look at this website, a lot of people look at this website, it's the first thing that people see. They're like, okay, cool, looks pretty nice, nice, clear, bright colors, Legacy ATA. Is Legacy ATA here? Okay. So look, when I look at this website, I see a couple things. Number one, I get it. You want to communicate your variety of services, but what you've done is you've kind of polarized these guys who are interested in MMA and these moms that are interested in their children's classes, to where these guys, well, they're turned off by that image, and those people are turned off by this image. More importantly, though, what does this school want you to do? Does anyone say what do they want you to do? Well, try a class for free trial, receive pricing, class schedule, get started, read more, log in, and up here you can't see it says free phone consultation. So if I'm the visitor and I come here, I see all these different calls to action, and I experience something called paradox of choice, which is where there's so many options, I choose to do nothing at all. And this is a real thing that a lot of websites have. And when they enter it into it, and they're thinking, okay, well, I want to do a try class for free because maybe those people are, they're attracted to the free class. I want to do free phone conversation because I want them to call. I want to do read more because I've got stuff to talk about. I want to do get started. Well, what if they want to get started? But they don't think about the fact that I come here, I'm already on edge because I don't know if this is the right school for me. And if you're not clear with your calls to action, I'm probably not going to take a call to action. I don't know what you want me to do. Number two. This guy's in Charleston. Tim Breckenridge. This is one of his competitors in Charleston. Tim Breckenridge is here. He runs a gym down there. He's one of our customers. So look, this first fold, the official home of Raphael. I bet you he's awesome. I bet you that he can really teach a class well, or maybe he's a famous guy. Who knows? And I get it. They're thinking, oh, I've got this fighter. He's in my gym. He's a big deal. He's going to attract people. But visitors come to this page and they're like, well, what is this business? What do you want me to do now that I'm here? Number two, I'm a big guy. And he's going to beat me up. I'm supposed to enroll and have this guy beat me up? Like, I'm not interested in that. I don't know, like, is this trust me, there's some crazy people out there. They might read official home of Raphael, like, okay, is this a school? Is this like a invite-only training MMA thing? Am I going to get punched in the face immediately upon arriving? It does not communicate what the visitor's there for. And it brings this thing called first date with the narcissist. And so I'm going to give this example. Who wants to be my volunteer? You can be my volunteer. Sure. We're going to go on a first date. You cool with that? We're going on a first date. So let's pretend that we're about to go on a first date, and I sit down across the table from you. First thing out of my mouth is, I am awesome. I'm awesome. I'm the best person to go on dates with in all of San Antonio. In fact, people that date me have a 5 times more likelihood of achieving their goals they're seeking out to. I've been dating 10 years. I'm a black belt in dating. So what happens in that date, what do you think would happen? Right? The guy's like, or the girl's like, okay, this guy's full of himself, right? And that's what's happening here, right? The visitors, you have about 2 seconds and you're talking about yourself. And I say, well, you should talk about your visitors. What are they interested in? Why are they there? Where are they from? Can you relate to them? What if instead of the official home of Raphael and Revgear, it was like, interested in martial arts, joined the community in Charleston that creates top-level athletes. Something like that. Like, that's more powerful. It does. Create a top-level athlete. I'm in Charleston, and I'm interested in martial arts. So it's more powerful conversions. And then, what do you want them to do? Interested? Request information. Or do this. One call to action. This is another example of a website. It's one of our websites. So I like it, right? But let's look at the difference here. This is my idea of how a powerful first goal. It's not just an idea. It's something that actually converts into leads. So Systems Training Center is Westwood. I'm in Westwood, Premier Martial Arts Training Center. Drop the boring gym routine and join us if you want to get to the best shape of your life and have fun doing that. Is that talking about themselves or is that talking about the customer? It's kind of both. It's smart, right? It's Premier, they're bragging. But because they threw in Westwood, suddenly I relate to that. It's talking about your community. Drop the boring gym routine and join us if you want to get to the best shape of your life. Look, that's a generic phrase. They offer martial arts, Krav Maga, BJJ. But what they're doing is they're getting people that came to the site, what they're showing their value. Get in shape. Not boring, right? They're showing their value there. And obviously you can see it's boxing, and we've got a revgear glove behind them, which is cool. And then what do I want what to do? Request information. If I'm going to do something about it, I know what you want me to do. I love this website. We get a lot of things. So, first goal, homework. What I want you to do. Go look at your first goal. Number one, are you talking about yourself or are you talking about your customers? Number two, how many calls to action do you have and can you minimize that? Can you actually consolidate your calls to action to have one clear thing that you want them to do? People ask me all the time, well, what should my call to action be? And I always say, look, aggressive calls to action like free consultation or even free class, it's too aggressive. I'm not ready to take a class because I don't know what your facility looks like and I don't know if you're a crazy person. I need to have a phone conversation first. I'm interested, but I'm not ready to commit. So if you can make your call to action a little bit broader, a little bit less aggressive, like learn more, or like I do, request information, you're going to get more people taking action, and it allows you to facilitate the conversation and get them to commit to the trial, get them to commit to something else. Okay. Secondly, response time. So I know in the beginning I said conversion case studies. Now I'm going to throw you guys through a loop because this isn't necessarily website stuff. This is the way you run your business stuff. But it doesn't matter if I give you 100 leads or 50 leads or 5 leads. If you can't sell leads, you're probably not going to convert them, and they aren't doing you anything. Names are just names. You want to become members. So a couple years ago, there was a review by Harvard. Their business review. It compared small businesses. It compared 2 small businesses. One responded to leads within 5 minutes, and one responded to leads within 1 hour. Now, normally we would think, okay, 1 hour response time, that's pretty good, right? But it looked at the 2 businesses, and it found that the one that responded within 5 minutes converted 80% more leads than the one that waited even just 1 hour. And by converted, they meant actually get them to come into the facility for the service. Now, it wasn't a martial arts study, but the point remains. Someone's interested in your service, and the business that responded immediately within 5 minutes got the conversion. Now, why do we think that is? People are ADD online these days, right? They're looking at websites, and what are they doing? They're clicking the back button, and they're probably going to your competition's website. And what if your competition calls them before you did? Well, that's a problem. Or they're going to YouTube or Facebook, and they're forgetting what it is that they did an hour ago. How many of you guys have ever gotten a lead and never been able to get in touch with that lead? It happens all the time. And a lot of it can be attributed to buyer's regret or interest regret. Oh my God, what did I just get myself into? Or, hey, honey, I just requested information about this. Really? How much is that going to cost, right? So the faster that you can get in touch with them, the more likelihood they're going to give you a chance to talk. And all you need is 15 minutes on the phone so they can hear how friendly you are, so they can hear about how amazing your students and what goals they achieve. And so maybe, just maybe, they'll come visit your facility. And that's the goal, right? They step into your facility, your probability of signing them up goes much higher. And then secondly, guess what? Your competition isn't calling them within 5 minutes, probably. Hopefully they're not. And like I said earlier, we want to treat them like kings and queens. They searched for your services, they came to your website, they took action. This is how your business thrives. This is what gives you money. Treat them like kings and queens. And so I have an example of Instant Connect, which is a tool that we automated the process where if our websites get a lead, it'll call a cell phone or your front desk or whatever you want. And it'll say, hey, you've got a lead, do you want to connect? And you can press 1 and it gives you their name and it dials their phone number straight away. I've got a guy who uses that feature effectively. Gets them on the phone while they're still browsing their website and gets them to buy trial offers. He gets like a 75% lead to trial offer conversion because he's like, hey, you're on the website, awesome, I'm so glad you requested information. Look, what are you interested in? Like, what are your goals? Look, I'm interested to train, I'm interested to lose weight. I just thought it looked interesting, self-defense. Okay, our programs help you with that. I got a great offer online. So only go online. You have two options. You can come in, you can go buy it online. It's a great sales guy. You know, we all need a great sales guy. Like, they're hard to come by. And he is able to sell the trial offer. So the reason why I included this slide is because conversion is more than just website conversion. It's converting those leads into members, and we have found this to be one of the most effective ways to get more leads to actually purchase trials or memberships. Okay, traffic patterns. So, back to how to get more people to convert on your website. What if I told you that I know the path that people take on their website journey on their website, right? I know where they're going to click and how they're going to click. If I knew that, wouldn't it make sense to delight them on their journey? If you know where your clicks are going to click, wouldn't it make sense to make an intuitive, delightful journey where as they click, they go down your intended funnel? It's like your front desk, right? Why is the front desk area always the nicest area in your school for the most part, right? Because that's what the first thing people see, okay? So if I know the first things that people are going to see, the first page, the second page, the third page, and we made them amazing, wouldn't that create more conversions? Well, guess what it does? So, how do I know this? This is a graph. This is global traffic from 97 display websites. Has nothing to do with this presentation, but it's kind of cool, right? New Year's resolution. Big old spike. January 5th, right? Holidays are over, New Year's resolution. It's a crazy time. So look, this is the home page. The graph underneath is the next page on the website, and the graph underneath is the next page on the website. So, what are those pages? I know that if someone visits your home page, then they click to the next page, and I know that 80% of those clicks are going to your reviews page. So they go to your home page, what the first thing they do, they go to your reviews page. So number one, homework. Do you have a reviews page? Because clearly people want to go there. Homework item number one, do you have a reviews page? Number two, how can we improve our reviews page? If 80% of your traffic are looking for your reviews, how can we make it better? So the first thing I want to say is that reviews are not testimonials. Testimonials are things that you say about yourself, about your own business. Reviews are things your community says about you. And then secondly, when was the last time you ever searched local coffee shop testimonials or Italian restaurant testimonials? No, you don't type that. What do people type? Italian restaurant reviews. You want to learn about what's up with this business, you type in the word reviews. So now if you name the page reviews, guess what? If you type in 97 display reviews, guess what pops number one? 97display.com/reviews. So if you have that page, and believe me, people are searching your business name and then reviews. No, this. Payroll due. I'm still running a business, right? Okay. How to improve your reviews page. So number one, name it reviews, not testimonials. Number two, incorporate social media. I love this idea because it's a way to make a testimonial while it looks like a review. So what I like to do is take screenshots of my social media reviews, like I already did once in this presentation with that Facebook message, and you can literally just put it on your reviews page. And guess what? It's frozen in time. It looks legitimate. It is legitimate because it's the name of a person, a profile picture. It's got a date and everything. And they're like, oh, that's the community talking. But it's you just cherry picked it and put it on your reviews page. So it looks like a social media reviews, but it's on your reviews page. So now people search your business name reviews, they go to the page straight away, and you've got all your cherry picked social media reviews front and center for them. And it's a way for you to brag about yourself naturally, right? You can talk about these guys and say, echoing praise for 97 display. Doing well before with their website, 97 display is next up. Like, so it's not me talking, they're talking. I'm not bragging about myself, I'm just sharing the good news, right? So you can do the same thing with your website, where you can incorporate your social media reviews, make it look like it's the community talking about yourself, when really you've hand constructed this page. Our websites that have these principles involved with them typically see a really high conversion rate on their reviews page. And how do you get it? You gotta also tell them what to do. So great, you've got these testimonials, great. You've got this great thing that the community is talking about yourself with, now tell them what to do. Want to be like these guys? Request information. So often we forget to tell your visitors what you want them to do. Just incorporating a call to action will increase your conversion rate. Okay, improving your source traffic. So again, it's another bit of a curveball. Usually when I talk about conversion rates on websites, people are like, oh, he's going to talk about what color my button should be and where this tab should go. And if I change the order of something, like maybe it'll help out, or maybe this is the way I construct the page. But there's so many more elements that go into your conversion rates, like that people don't think about. It's not the fun stuff like button colors, it's where your source traffic is. So source traffic is, where did your click come from? So if someone's on Facebook and they click to your website, the source traffic is Facebook. If someone is on Google and they click to your website, the source traffic is Google. And we have found that some clicks are more valuable than others, in that some clicks convert at a much higher rate based on their source. So let's explore why. The number one highest converting source traffic that we have found is Google Maps. So this is Google Maps, right? We all know what this looks like. So look what I did. Martial Arts, Charleston, SC. Oh, look at this. We know this guy. This is official home of Raffaello. 21 reviews, 4.5 stars. Now let's revisit our date with the narcissist seed. You're on the way to go on a date with me. And on the way to the date, your phone rings. Hey, I heard you're going on a date with Timothy. Yeah, that's great. Look, I gave him 5 stars. Great guy, great guy. Okay, that's weird. Another ring, ring, ring. Hey, I heard you're going on a date with Timothy. Yeah, great experience with that. Fantastic. All right. You're like, okay, all right. Happened 21 times. Now you sit down on a date with me. Same exact situation, but what's ringing in the back of your mind? Said that it's a really good guy to go on a date with. Maybe I give him a second chance. That's what's happening with this. This person that sees this, they click on the website, maybe you have a terrible website, but now their judgment of your business began when they saw this, the magical 5 stars. It didn't begin when they see their website. So now they're giving your website a second chance because their source is coming from a place where the way that they perceive your business is 21 5 stars. The source traffic from these Google Maps places is converting at much higher percentages because they've got the reviews. Now, normally I would say, okay, that's fantastic. But then the next thing I say is, man, he's the official home of Raffaello, and he only has 21 reviews? Like, come on, how many students do you have? If I call them up right now, how many students do you have? We've got 120 students. And only 21 of them ever bothered to leave a review. And now let's think about this. So this guy, who did I say my client was? Charleston Martial Arts. When he signed up, he had no reviews. He's been working towards it. Now he's got 22. Now he appears right here for martial arts, which is a highly desirable search term. And when I see Tim, I'm going to be like, look, American Top Team is above you and has 27. What do you think the community is going to think about them versus you? Oh, maybe I should click on American Top Team. And how many reviews away is that? 5. Okay, so let's go get 6. I'll leave you one right now. So, how can you rank number 1 or close here on Maps? As I said in my last presentation, Google and Facebook are in a war right now for market share for these business listings. Facebook wants you to be able to be in one environment for all of your needs. They're trying to make it intuitive. That's why they've done a ton of stuff with business pages, and they keep on evolving that whole platform. And Google is like, come on, now, when people are searching for goods and services like this, they're going to Google, let's push this. Do we see any ads here? No ads, nothing, straight to Maps. They want to make it a really good experience, and they are making it very easy for you to rank on Google Maps. The best ways for you to rank on Google Maps is number 1, the number of 5-star reviews. That is the number 1 ranking factor, but it's not the only one ranking factor. That's why you see in the previous slide, he's got 22 and the guy above him has 21. So what are the other ranking factors? Number 1, number of 5-star reviews. Number 2, the completeness of your profile. Does anyone here know if they created one of those listings before a Google Maps listing? Does anyone here? Okay. Does anyone think they have one but have no idea how to access it? Yeah? So many times I talk to people like, I think a student made that a long time ago. I need to figure out where that person lives now. Yeah. So if you have a profile and you don't know how to access it, you need to figure that out. So homework. Figure out how to get ownership of your Google Plus page. I got bad news for you. It's entirely complicated and going to be a headache for you. So you should pay someone to do it for you. My staff do it all the time. Completeness under profile. It's real simple. You log in, and they've got a bar. It says percentage complete. You get it to 100%. Adding your schedule, adding your description, adding that kind of stuff. Real simple. Just add all the stuff they want you to add. Number three, the accuracy of your business information. So Google wants, when people search for things, that they find accurate information. So if they go to your Google Plus page and the phone number is different than the phone number on your Yelp page or the Facebook page or your website, they're going to be like, discrepancy in data, something's wrong. Or if they go and the URL is different, okay, discrepancy in data, something's wrong. Or if they go and your business name is different. So how many people here have ever changed the business name? What about moved the location? Okay? If you didn't go back and update all your business listings to make sure that it has the current accurate information, you might be penalized for discrepancy in information because they just want to give you the accurate. They want to give their searchers accurate information, and it's a real pain. I get it. Like figuring out where your logins are, figuring out how to access it. It's a giant pain, but it will pay off for you in the long run. Yes, sir.
Question, does that, would that also apply in something as small as, say, going from a sole proprietorship to a corporation? Would that affect a listing?
I'm sorry, I did not hear.
Would the search rankings be affected if you, say, switch from a limited liability or a sole proprietorship to a corporation or vice versa? Would that change how that ranks?
So look, this needs to be the same. Charleston Fit and Martial Arts, right?
Okay.
Now, Tim might say, well, we also go by Charleston Martial Arts and Fit. It's just vice versa. Or maybe this guy also goes by ATT. What I'm saying is that business name needs to be the same. Whatever your Facebook business profile name is, that needs to be the same. Whatever your Twitter is, all your social media names need to be the same. Whatever rebrand needs to be the same name. The only exception is if you have multiple locations. And typically what we do, like personal best, we have personal best dash location. Personal best karate dash location. That's the exception there because it's its own unique name. But again, that's the same name they've got on other social media profiles to differentiate between locations. And then finally, it's something that we can't control, but it is a ranking factor. It's the proximity of the searcher. If someone's on their mobile device and they're right next to your competition and they search, well, Google's going to use the proximity of the searcher to that business type as a ranking factor. I'll make this argument. Look, if I search that and it shows your competition, they've got 1 5-star review, and then number 3 is you, and you've got 20 5-star reviews, where do you think they're going to click? The one that they're perceiving as the better business, even if you're not number 1. And we've seen, like I said, clicks in Google Plus convert better. The magic of little 5 gold stars. I tell people this too. Screenshot the 5 stars and then put it on your website, on your reviews page, or somewhere else, in a graphic somehow. It's the power of the 5 stars. It's the perception of it.
You meant Google Maps, not Google Plus. Works better? Which one?
Good question. So what is the tool called? Again, you can keep on changing. I mean Google Maps, but they also rebranded it all together as Google My Business. So there used to be a Google Plus and a Google Maps. It's all considered Google My Business now. Thank you for that, because I always say I do names. Okay, number 5. Earlier, I showed you a graph that had the number 1 most visited page, the number 2, we said it was the reviews page, the number 3 most visited page is your staff page. And what an interesting phenomenon, right? The psychology behind visitors. They find your business, they want to see what the community says about you, and they want to know if you're a reputable person. So they go to your staff page. Staff page is the 3rd most visited page. It's your chance to be a narcissist. Yeah, we do want to talk about ourselves. We do want to brag about our accomplishments. Your biography page is the place to do it. You can talk about your experience. You can talk about your value to the community. You can show an awesome picture of yourself sidekicking over something cool. Our clients that don't fill out their staff page, that don't include their bios. Look, I can do a lot of stuff, but I can't write your biography for you. Sorry, you got to do that. Clients with no staff page without images or no biographies typically experience a lower conversion rate. Why? Well, they go there, they can't see your picture, and now they don't know if they can trust you. They go there and it just says, been teaching martial arts for 17 years. Nothing else. Like, I don't know if I can trust you. I like to identify your target demographic and talk about them in your biography. Timothy's been teaching martial arts for 15 years. One of his favorite stories of his experience teaching martial arts was when he helped a group of 5 teenagers transform their lives and gain black belts and this sort of thing. Like, guess what you're doing? You're bragging about your experience and what you've done, and you've also told a personal story like, oh man, I want to be like that experience. So in your thing, in your biography, identify your target demographic and talk about them. Timothy's been helping middle-aged women learn how to kickbox for the last 15 years. Isn't that more powerful than Timothy's been teaching kickboxing for 15 years? Make it personal. Tim's favorite success story is ... at the bottom, something like that. So now they're reading it, they're thinking you're qualified, and they read a personal success story like, wow, this guy can help me because I fit that target demographic. Or at least I can pretend that I do. Maybe I'm not a middle-aged woman, but like, look, if you've helped middle-aged men and women, whatever you want to say. Okay, finally, I have to bring up that all of this that we're talking about, it's all relative to your competition, right? The truth is, if your competition is out there, they've got 100 5-star reviews. If your competition is out there, they have a beautiful website. The bar is just going to be higher for you. If your competition is doing nothing, or you have no competition, well, you got a low bar, right? It's easier for you. All of this is relative to your competition. So, some more of your homework. Take a hard, honest look at your competition. Do they rank better than you? That means they're probably getting more leads. Does their website look better than yours? Right? Do you like their website vendors? Go to your family members that aren't involved in your business, that don't know martial arts or website. Say, hey, look at side-by-side comparison. Which website do you like better? When I interview people at 97 Display, like new support staff members, one of my favorite things to do is I show 2 computers and I say, hey, here are 2 martial arts websites. They don't know anything about 97 Display. They don't know what our work looks like. They don't know anything about martial arts websites at this point in their career. Which one do you like better? This one. Why? They tell me all why. Sometimes it's our website. Sometimes it's our competition's website. I love that feedback. It's real, true, honest feedback. Except for the people that came in for the job interview and they stalked us and they do more stuff, and then they got hired and stuff. No, but take a hard look at your competition. If they've set the bar high, you're just going to have to work a little bit harder. A lot of people say, I struggle to get reviews. And you know what? I've got to say, be the best, and reviews will come. We can get so caught up with all this techie stuff, and all this nerdy stuff, and all this computer stuff. If this isn't the passion for a lot of people, then I would say, look, be the best, teach amazing classes, train amazing staff, provide an experience that your customers rave about, and they will talk about it. It also doesn't hurt to say, you know, at the end of classes, or have a sign like, if you like us, literally, on our Facebook page or something like that. It doesn't hurt to say that, incorporate it into your language, but I will say, like, you're not going to get 5-star reviews if you're not providing good experiences. So let's remind ourselves where reviews come from, focus on your students first. And then finally, perception is reality. You may be the best, you may teach amazing classes, but if someone who doesn't know what you're like goes to your social media, goes to your website, and they perceive that you're not qualified, they perceive that you're not a modern business, their perception is their reality, and they will never have the chance. And to me, that's such a shame, right? That people would be interested in transforming their lives through martial arts. We know will happen, and they don't do it because the school didn't take the time to have a presence that accurately informed them of the opportunities that are in front of them. Like if they would just do it, their lives would change. We believe that, right? So I believe it's important for this to be a major part of your marketing plan and idea. And that's, for me, I'm like, wow, I've been entrusted with the perception of these martial arts schools, and what an honor. Like, that's what drives me to go to work every morning. Like, I've been given the opportunity to help these communities transform their lives and help these people who are life changers reach more people. It's awesome. Okay, does your first fold have a clear value proposition? What is a clear value proposition? Who you are, who your community is, what values they're going to get, and then what you want them to do. Know where your traffic comes from. So if if you know that 80% of your traffic is coming from Facebook, you better make sure that your Facebook looks awesome. If you know that 80% of your traffic is coming from another source, you better make sure that that source looks awesome. And if you can improve the source, you will improve the conversion rate. Improve or add your reviews page. A lot of people don't even have a reviews page. Guess what? You will improve your conversions if you do that. Question and answer time. How much time do we have? We've got about 10 minutes. What is it at?
Friday.
11:15.
2 minutes, 5 minutes, something. Okay. Question and answers.
So what tools are you using to find out where your sources are coming from? What sources here?
Okay, the majority of students, school owners can use Google Analytics, and that'll tell you your source traffic. I use a different tool that's like Google Analytics on steroids, legal steroids. If you're paying someone to do your website, ask them what's my source traffic look like. If you're doing it yourself, you have to use one of those. You can Google Mixpanel. That's a tool that I use. Love it. It tells me, literally, I can tell you how many visitors came from this screen or this screen and what their conversion rates look like. Like that's what I do. When I talk about I look at the data across all the websites globally, I'm looking at how many people came from Chrome browser, did they convert differently than Internet Explorer and why? How many people came from iPad Pro versus iPad Mini, did they convert differently and why? And does it kind of adjust things on the website? Like that's the type of stuff that I'm looking at day in, day out. It's really cool.
What's it called? Mixpanel or what's it?
That's called Mixpanel. That's what I use. It probably is going to be, I mean, look, it's an expensive solution, right? It makes sense for me because I can track it across all our sites, but Google Analytics is typically sufficient, and they also provide that data. Is screen sizes, etc., and browsers.
Screen size, it was mobile device.
Yeah, that's a big deal because, like, for example, about 3 years ago, when we were doing 2015, when the mobile get and all that stuff, we saw like, look, iPad Pluses were converting differently. Like, why? We can actually see that. And we can also see what the percentage of traffic comes from those things. So that's like our service. Like one of the just keeping up with that stuff. You'd be amazed. Like even 2% makes a big difference. So, yes, sir.
One statement, 2 questions. First off, I lied. You had till 11:30.
Oh, cool. Great.
Question. The websites that you showed in the beginning, 2 you didn't like, were they 97 display size? Look like. They weren't? Okay.
Dude, of course I'm going to brag about myself in this stuff.
Because they look like 97 display size.
You can go to websites. No.
Now, with the
Wow.
sites,
You just said that those websites I don't like look like ours.
they did look like.
You mean like the template? Or
yeah.
you know, you
The
can get
style.
templates from any, those are like 9 dozen. What's the one?
With the sites that you build, do you guys offer features like Drift where they can instant connect?
Yeah, Instant Connect is our feature.
Okay.
Like that's unique to us.
Okay.
We built it out. I mean, someone else is free to build it out as an idea, but so.
Can you explain that?
Instant Connect is where the lead comes into the website. It will literally ring my cell phone and says, hey, you have a lead, do you want to connect? You press 1 and call it straight away. And look, it's just a tool to help you get in touch with them immediately, which is proven to increase your conversion rate. A lot of people don't use that. They feel creepy calling, and I said, does the success of your family and the income that you're providing to your children mean that you don't want to feel weird calling? Look, they just requested a person they want to call. We call. But you can get text messages. Let's say the lead comes in at 2 a.m. Obviously, you're not going to call straight away.
With your service, you can send me a text, give me a call, whatever.
Yeah, both, as many as you want. Yeah, no, this is a competitor. And look, I'm not trying to bash them, I'm just giving an example of the variety of calls to action. So many different calls to action, they don't do anything at all.
What's that call center thing called? Or not call center?
It's called Instant Connect. That's just my own name for it. It's my branding. It's just, like if you Google it, you will find the service.
Question.
Yes, sir.
Amount of time that you would recommend somebody, if you're dealing with limited staffing issues, be able to work on this per
How
day?
much time should you invest into your own website?
Correct, per day.
If you're a school owner, 0 minutes. Delegate that stuff. Yeah, Yeah. And I'm gonna be honest with you, even the majority of solutions out there, you know, I don't know what your time is worth, but you're gonna make more money selling, teaching those classes, using your time to do like that, and either paying a staff member or paying an outsourced thing. Like if you actually wrote down the dollars per hour my staff spend on stuff where they spend monthly, it's like you're paying us like $1 an hour. Like, I mean, it's, like your time's worth more than that, in my opinion. Plus, a lot of the stuff, you've got students that want to put that on their resume and are more tech savvy than you. People are like, I don't have time to blog. Good, you shouldn't have time to blog. Have one of your students write a blog post, just look at it, make sure it represents you well. Good look at it, and they're like, put it on their resume, and it looks great. They get some experience on the websites and stuff. It's great.
How does blog posts rate here? How many pages? The reviews and something like that. Blogging part of it.
Yeah, I talked about that earlier. Yeah, if you don't have a blog, you should have a blog. It's a big ranking factor, so Google crawls new content. That's the most normal way to put new content. I always say, think about it like a bulletin board, where you can talk about what's happening at your school. It doesn't have to be like history of jiu-jitsu. Like, it doesn't have to be a paper. It can literally be 200 words about what happened at your school this past week. And I also say one of my favorite blog posts is Student of the Month. Student loves it, you're going to share it all over the place. Staff member of the month, make your staff member feel great. And then what happens? Your visitors go to the website, they see staff member of the month, they're like, oh, you got good staff. They don't actually know if you have good staff, they're just thinking you have good staff. That's all that matters. Is my idea there. So, any other questions?
Removing content, old content, how much does that hurt rankings? Say you wanted to remove stuff that you had events in the past, there's no reason to have it up anymore.
Look, the only reason why you should remove content is if it ended up ranking organically and you don't want people finding it anymore, but there's no reason to remove content. Just keep your content.
Okay.
I like this. It's like, what I like to do is take old blog posts that you made a year ago and go back in and just like jam pack it full of keywords. Because people aren't going to those blogs anymore. And now you can, I did this whole webinar called Blogging for SEO. It's a great webinar. We talked about it in the booth. And that's one of my points. Like, go to your old blog posts and adjust the titles to include your keywords. It'll read a little bit stranger. Like, what if you said like Employee of the Month? Okay, that's your blog post now. And then 6 months from now, go back. Employee of the Month in Westwood, California for personal best karate. So you can go adjust all your old blog posts to improve your SEO. Again, your staff should do it. Or you should pay someone to do it.
Something you guys do if there's from your company, do you guys do anything in the realm of blogging and stuff, or is that still something?
Yeah, great question. I can't tell you what's going on in your school this past week, so it's tough for us to blog for you. If we have a low-performing client, like a client that is at low conversion rate, or maybe not getting the amount of leads that we want them to be getting, we'll go and proactively look through blogs, maybe do some of that old SEO stuff. But typically, we provide training and then advice. And that's what we do. We provide leads and websites that have all over time. Really cool stuff. Okay. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
Does the length of the blog really matter when it comes to ranking? Can it be just a short couple sentences, or does it really need to be like?
It's a new URL, it's a new page, it's a new header, it's a new little bit of content. I mean, as long as it's actually useful, like you think like, am I actually getting information? Do it. Something is better than nothing.
Does it have to have words, or could it be a video or a picture?
Good question. In my blogging for SEO webinar, I love talking about this. If you do a video, I know it sounds weird, and this is a little bit labor intensive, but Google doesn't know the text of the video. I can't understand that transcript at the bottom. And all of a sudden, that's totally going to help your SEO and that kind of stuff. If it's a picture, you got to name the picture what you want to rank for. Martial arts in Foxborough, name the picture of that. So even if it's a picture of punching, if you name the picture of that, upload martial arts in Foxborough to your page, Google will read the title of the photo, and that actually helps with your SEO. Okay, look, so you said is this service to provide blogging, all that kind of stuff. It's all about leads. So if you need leads, and if your website isn't generating leads, 97display.com/revgear. I've got lots of stuff. Revgear is sponsoring events, sponsoring people here. If you request information, I'll look over your website. Look, I just want to help you get more people interested in transforming their lives. I also either want to save you money if you're currently spending a bunch of money all over the place for internet marketing. We can help with that. And then Revgear is providing. Paul literally was like, look, here's money, real cash. We will subsidize the purchase of websites for people that actually want to use your services because I have so many people here that use our services that get more students. And guess what happens? They get more students, they sell more gear, everyone's happy, right? So Paul is being very generous and he's actually subsidizing us down fairly significantly. Free premium design, some other stuff too. So thank you, Paul. Thank you, Todd. We like that. If you're not happy with the website, you want to talk about it, I'm happy to talk to you about it and point you in the right direction. So thank you guys so much for coming out. We appreciate it, and we'll be around. Thanks, guys.
Real quick, just say first, thank you, Tim, and thanks for 97 Display being here. I can personally speak, but I have a lot of customers who use 97 Display, and I'm talking to a lot of my customers moving them towards there because I see it not just as a beautiful website, which it is, they do amazing work, but it generates leads and generates business. I'm really working with a lot of my customers moving them towards that. They're nervous at first, but as soon as they do and they start seeing their leads go from 9 to 90 in a month, it changes the world. It makes a difference. So, 9 to 90. So, but anyway, first of all, we are having lunch outside. It's all aligned against us well. We're going to have a round table, so come out and grab your lunch. In the alpha room over there, there will be a round table with discussions at certain tables, certain speakers and everything will be at those tables. So you can sit down and eat and have more communication on your business and everything that's going on. So come on, have lunch, and thank you all for being here.